Hello and welcome to Freedom News, the news you can use to help keep Canada free. Concerning the muzzling of former career diplomat David Mulroney, Andrew Scheer writes right here on his Facebook page, he writes this: "Today, I was disturbed to read that Justin Trudeau's political office has ordered Canada's non-partisan public service to do his political damage control. According to media reports, officials from Global Affairs Canada were ordered by the Prime Minister's office to pressure former career diplomat David Mulroney, who is now an academic and fellow at the University of Toronto Monk School, to clear his public statements with the Trudeau government. The reason for this pressure was reportedly due to the election environment, and therefore Mr. Mulroney had to be very, very careful. This exchange is highly inappropriate and represents a blatant attempt by Justin Trudeau to muzzle a respected former career diplomat. Trudeau has shown a clear pattern of silencing those who speak out. Justin Trudeau once said he admires China's basic dictatorship, but this is not how things are done in Canada. This also raises questions as to whether or not officials have been ordered by Trudeau's PMO to speak with former ambassador to China and former Trudeau cabinet minister John McCallum. Mr. McCallum has made a number of inappropriate statements over the past year, including his comments on Canada's extradition process and his encouragement of Chinese foreign interference in the upcoming election. As Mr. Mulroney stated, discouraging private citizens with expertise in foreign relations from speaking freely is fundamentally an undemocratic idea. I could not agree more. Justin Trudeau must answer for the many times he has exploited Canada's non-partisan public service for his own political purpose. Justin Trudeau promised to do politics differently, but clearly he is not as advertised. I could not agree more. This muzzling of our non-partisan public service has to come to an end. This is a disgrace, as well as people like Mr. McCallum encouraging the foreign interference of our elections. This does not bode well at all. I can't wait for this election to be done and over with, and we have a conservative majority government. Scheer has promised in a video that can be found, I do believe, either on his YouTube channel or the Conservative Party's YouTube channel, that he will have the corruption in Ottawa thoroughly investigated and exposed in the sunlight for all Canadians to see. Justice will be done in Canada, that you can be certain of. Following is a video of a press conference given by Lisa Raitt, and sorry, I can't remember his name, but he's a conservative member of parliament from Quebec, concerning this very issue.
I have a few brief remarks first, and then my colleague Gerard Deltel will have a few remarks, and then we're happy to answer any questions that you may want to ask us. So we're here this morning with respect to the Justice Committee. We'll be having a meeting first, and then this afternoon we'll have the opportunity to ask questions of our new nominee for the Supreme Court of Canada. But it also gives us an opportunity today as well to talk about things that we've been hearing about in our constituencies and things that we've been monitoring here in Ottawa. And of course, the one that jumps right off the page and out of the news lines for us right now is the fact that once again, we are seeing Justin Trudeau's attempt to silence people as they try to talk about things that are happening. First, we started with Jody Wilson-Raybould. When she decided that she was going to speak up, she was first confronted with malicious rumors about her. And then secondly, we had to deal with a leak of confidential information from a Supreme Court appointment process. And ironic that we're here today talking about the process again. We also had a situation most recently where David Mulroney, former ambassador to China, as well as Guy Saint-Jacques, as well, a former ambassador to China, have both indicated that they've received telephone calls from the Prime Minister's office on behalf of the Prime Minister's office through Global Affairs Associate Deputy Minister, asking them to vet their comments regarding China in order to ensure that everybody was on the same page because, of course, we're in an election period. That, to me, is incredible interference with the ability of a person's chance to say what they want to say based upon their own information and evidence, and I do believe that both former ambassadors have great experience, and they do have many things to say about what the heck is going on right now with respect to China, and I think it's atrocious that the Prime Minister's office feels that they can intervene and interfere in this way. I know that the Prime Minister's office and the Minister of Global Affairs office have both denied that this happened. They said that it didn't come from their office, but we've seen these denials before. And in fact, we endured an entire spring of having bits and pieces of information come out over and over again about exactly how deep the Prime Minister, his office, his former and now back again advisor, Gerald Butts, in terms of giving information, in terms of covering up issues, and in terms of trying to silence people as they want to tell the truth about what was going on within the SNC-Lavalin affair. So with that, I'll ask my colleague Gerald Deltel to say a few words, and then we'll be happy to take any questions.
Merci, Mme Reit. Mesdames, Messieurs, bonjour. Heureux de vous revoir en cette période estivale. Alors, nous sommes réunis aujourd'hui à Ottawa pour le Comité de la justice afin d'évaluer la candidature d'un juge à la Cour suprême. Le processus est prévu tel quel et nous allons donc faire nos devoirs de parlementaires. Je tiens quand même à rappeler que cette situation-là, aujourd'hui, d'une rencontre du Comité de la justice, met en lumière les relations inacceptables que le gouvernement Trudeau a avec le système judiciaire. Souvenons-nous de triste mémoire cet hiver, alors qu'a éclaté le scandale de SNC-Lavalin, où on a vu que le Parti libéral s'est infiltré de façon politique partisane à deux mains dans le processus judiciaire, ce qui est tout à fait inacceptable. Même chose aussi avec le scandale entourant l'affaire du vice-amiral Norman, alors que le parti politique libéral a tout fait pour salir cet homme et ce militaire de haut rang pour finalement aboutir à strictement rien. Et également, on apprend au cours des jours derniers que deux anciens diplomates de carrière, M. Mulroney et M. Saint-Jacques, reçoivent des appels leur disant de surveiller leurs propos concernant les relations avec la Chine. Ces gens-là ne sont plus sur le principe du travail d'État, ne sont plus donc des employés de l'État, ont droit à leur pleine liberté de parole et le gouvernement libéral veut les museler. C'est donc une démonstration encore que ce gouvernement-là s'objecte à chaque fois que quelqu'un a un point de vue différent du sien, va tout faire pour les mettre de côté, voire même pour les écraser, sinon les mettre à l'extérieur du processus. C'est tout à fait inacceptable et c'est pourquoi aujourd'hui, alors que l'on parle de justice, il faut rappeler le triste bilan libéral dans ce domaine.
Qu'est-ce que vous pensez du choix du juge Casirère? Est-ce que vous êtes en faveur de ce choix?
Bien, écoutez, on comprend que c'est un homme de carrière. C'est un profil qui est tout à fait impressionnant. C'est simplement pour vous préciser aussi que comme le prévoit la loi, comme le prévoit l'article 10, nous avons été consultés comme parti d'opposition et Mme Reit, j'étais le représentant de Mme Reit lors de ces consultations-là, et là s'arrête mon propos. Je ne vais pas aller plus loin que ça concernant le processus, bien entendu. C'est une candidature qui, évidemment, est très intéressante et on aura des questions à poser au candidat à cet effet-là.
Justement, qu'est-ce que vous voulez savoir de lui? Qu'est-ce que vous attendez du comité? À part, je vous ai entendu là, sur les autres sujets, mais au sujet du juge.
Bien, écoutez, c'est le processus qui nous amène justement, et on est d'accord avec le système qui prévoit ça, qui permet aux parlementaires de questionner les personnes qui peuvent devenir juges à la Cour suprême. Alors, on veut voir quelles sont leurs positions non pas sur certains enjeux précis, mais bien plutôt sur le processus, la façon de faire, la façon de voir les relations entre le monde judiciaire et le monde politique aussi. Quelles sont les perspectives qu'il a, qui est basée sur ses expériences personnelles également. C'est une candidature qui est de haute qualité et on aura l'occasion d'en parler plus à fond.
Puisqu'on parle de nomination, il y a un article ce matin dans le Journal de Montréal qui dit que le gouvernement a nommé ces dernières semaines deux juges qui ont fait carrière à la presse et Radio-Canada. On souligne également dans le titre là, qu'ils ont, qui proviennent donc de médias qui ont bénéficié là, de l'aide des libéraux. Vous en pensez quoi? Voyez-vous problème avec ça?
Bien, écoutez, malheureusement, le processus judiciaire, on pose des questions par rapport à ça en raison du Parti libéral. À partir du moment où vous avez un gouvernement qui se met les deux mains et les deux pieds dans le processus judiciaire à des fins de politique partisane, comme on a vu avec SNC-Lavalin, il y a des questions légitimes qui peuvent se poser à chaque fois qu'on fait ce type de nomination-là. Je vais vous dire que de façon très précise, ces hommes-là me semblent être des hommes honorables et tout ça, mais à partir du moment où le Parti libéral a littéralement, je le dis de façon très cruelle, mais c'est ça la réalité, à partir du moment où le Parti libéral a littéralement pollué le processus judiciaire avec le scandale de SNC-Lavalin, avec l'affaire Norman, et même on le voit actuellement avec les ex-ambassadeurs de carrière qu'ils essaient de museler, bien, malheureusement, ça conduit à des situations comme ça.
Le fait qu'ils aient des liens avec des médias qui ont bénéficié de l'aide, est-ce que ça vous...
Bien, la question se pose aussi, peut-être, pardon, madame, la question se pose aussi également pour quiconque avocat a plaidé des causes qui pouvaient avoir un lien direct ou non avec le gouvernement. Alors, moi, je trouve que dans ce cas-là, précis, on étire pas mal la sauce, mais à partir du moment où vous avez le gouvernement libéral qui s'infile de façon partisane dans le processus judiciaire, dans le scandale SNC-Lavalin, c'est des questions qui se posent parce que les libéraux eux-mêmes ont littéralement morpillonner le système judiciaire.
Ms. Ray, do you really think voters are engaged right now in something like the SNC-Lavalin affair, which we've heard about for weeks on end and seems to move past?
You know, yes, I do. And the reason being is that fundamentally, at the end of the day, what this comes down to was an attempt of political interference in our judicial system. And it continues to be covered for a number of reasons. We got new information this morning from a Globe and Mail report, front page, in-depth investigation, where we suddenly find out that there was emails between Michael Warnick and a director of governmental affairs at SNC-Lavalin right around the time when the Prime Minister's office suddenly decided they needed to haul in Jody Wilson-Raybould to make sure she knew that we needed to do something on this issue now. I would say that this is an issue that has not been put to bed. On the Justice Committee, for example, we tried to investigate this. We tried to investigate the leak of the information, around a Supreme Court nominee from the last time. And we've been shut down every single time by the Justice Committee, so people are engaged. They want to know what happened, and they are very concerned, and I don't believe that they trust this Prime Minister, and they certainly are concerned the fact that we see Mr. Butts coming back as if nothing happened, and Jody Wilson-Raybould and Jane Philpott are running as independents. The ones who spoke up are exiled. The one who tried to cover up is welcomed back with open arms. It's not lost on Canadians.
Mr. What do you make of the announcement earlier this week of the historic accord signed between the Supreme Court and the Justice Minister to increase the independence of the Supreme Court? What do you make of the timing of that?
Well, I find the timing is something that I think comes from the Supreme Court Justice and the Minister themselves. I do believe that having a working relationship between the Minister and the Supreme Court is incredibly important. And, you know, it's ironic that we're talking about the Supreme Court wanting to have judicial independence from a government that clearly sought to interfere with the Crown Prosecutor's independence. So perhaps one could assume that maybe the Supreme Court's taking a look around. Maybe they didn't like the fact that members of the Prime Minister's office were throwing around former Supreme Court justices' names in order to get opinions, maybe because they hired a former Supreme Court justice to be an advocate for SNC-Lavalin. Maybe those things went through everybody's mind when they decided that we needed to set straight exactly the independence between the two. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think we do need to understand that there's independence, but it's this government that doesn't understand that line and has shown that time and again throughout this entire term of 4 years.
Monsieur Deltel, il y a eu un nouveau protocole d'entente entre le Québec et Ottawa pour le choix ou le processus de sélection du juge pour le Québec. Qu'est-ce que vous en pensez de ce processus-là?
C'est un protocole qui est intéressant, puis bon, justement, on le vit actuellement, donc nous, on est d'accord avec cette façon de faire.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you for watching. Remember, like if you like, share, comment, of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're able to, please feel free to click the PayPal donation link in the description. Thank you, and God bless.